Judge Vanderbeek Court is now in session. Judge, this is the case of the Wilsons.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Miss Wilson, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes, I would like an increase in my financial support.
Okay. And your financial support or support for your children?
Support for the children.
Okay. Mr. Wilson, please.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Don't be sorry, just don't do it, okay? Do not address her. I'm talking to her. You will have your opportunity to speak, okay?
Yes,
Thank you. Go ahead.
As I was saying, I'm already receiving child support, yes, but
Okay.
I would like an increase for our children.
Okay, how many children do you all have?
2.
And how much are you receiving at this time?
$1,500 a month.
$1,500 a month, okay. And you believe that you're warranted an increase? Like, did he come into some money that you know about?
As a matter of fact, he did.
Okay,
Okay, everyone, fasten your seatbelts because we are going to get deeply into the Wilson case today, where the courtroom will be putting financial openness to the test. Miss Wilson is arguing that Mr. Wilson, an attorney who has a successful oil and gas side business, is hiding his true income in order to get more child support. Tension is high as both sides get ready for combat, and Miss Wilson is adamant that her kids need additional help. In an attempt to avoid a larger payment, Mr. Wilson attempts to minimize his income, but the judge isn't interested in diversions from the beginning. She establishes the legislation and makes it apparent that the hearing will focus on the facts rather than feelings. Let's begin this financial showdown with enormous stakes.
told you?
Yes.
Did she tell you something or did you ask her to look for you?
No, honestly, she just brought it to my attention.
Sounds like you need a new secretary. She's just telling your ex-wife all your business?
I don't know what she's talking about.
It's his ex-lover.
Ex-lover, okay. We're not going to get into all of that. That has nothing to do with this court.
Thank you.
Mr. Wilson, no, I don't need you to thank me, sir.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, let's go. What is she talking about?
Well, I have an interest in an oil and gas, 2 oil and gas partnerships.
Okay.
But really, it's been a dud. We hadn't made any money until the last year we made some money.
What's some money?
I don't know how much the partnership made, but I received a $50,000.
Let me ask this question. When I ask a question, just answer it.
Yes, Your
I don't need all the extra.
Yes, Your Honor.
How much money are we talking about?
Well, the partnership itself made about $3 million.
$3 million.
But I
Okay.
received $50,000 distribution.
Now we're getting to it. You received
Well,
50.
I didn't receive $50,000. $50,000.
Did you come in my courtroom to play games? I'm
Yeah,
really
yeah.
not here to play games with you.
No.
He does that a lot.
Your Honor, she's
Listen,
talking when I'm talking.
And I'll get to her in just a minute, ma'am. I'll need you to save your comments until I return to you, okay?
Wilson, Miss Wilson boldly takes the stand, determined to demonstrate that she isn't getting a fair amount of child support. She explains that, although she currently receives $11,500 per month, she feels that Mr. Wilson's true earnings warrant a higher amount. The judge is unfazed by this unexpected turn of events, raising an eyebrow when she reveals that he recently received a $50,000 payout from his oil and gas partnership. Mr. Wilson tries to control the narrative by claiming the money was used to settle an IRS debt, but the damage is done. This revelation changes the entire tone of the case, setting up a fierce battle over hidden income financial responsibility, and whether Mr. Wilson has been abiding by the law.
You received $50,000, correct?
No.
Okay, so tell me what's up with the $50,000?
Well, the partnership paid a debt of mine in the amount of $50,000.
Okay, so your partnership paid a debt of $50,000. What debt was that?
It was to the IRS.
Okay, all right. So you know that we could deem that as income, right? For
No,
purposes
Your
of
Honor.
calculating your child support.
But I didn't even receive. It didn't even touch my bank account.
It doesn't have to touch your bank account. It's under Texas law. I could deem that $50,000 as income, although it's not income producing. What else? Where else you work?
Well, I'm an attorney,
Okay. What type of law do you practice?
criminal law.
Criminal law. All right. How much money you make there?
Well, it ebbs and
Well, answer the question, Mr. Wilson.
I make about I bring home about $80,000.
All right. Let me look at some documents you turned in here. According to your documents, your tax return last year was $72,000. That's about accurate?
That sounds about right.
Okay, so let me tell you what we're getting ready to do. That $50,000, that was the distribution, right? That's your testimony, right?
That
Your
went to
tax
the
returns
IRS.
are correct, right?
Well,
They
Are your
are.
tax returns correct or they incorrect? Is it as simple
according to my
yes or no?
CPA,
According to your CPA. Okay,
I
so
didn't prepare them.
according to that, I have your off the doing the gross from the $50,000. That brings your gross to $42,000, $4,200, excuse me. The net of that is $3,510.58. And then, according to your tax return, you make $72,000 in your business, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. So that gross is $6,000, which brings that net to $4,779.38. Who covers health insurance for the children?
I do.
How much is health insurance?
$161.
$161. Let me just make sure. Is that what you're looking at in front of you?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I have your document here. $161. You're going to be responsible for reimbursing that to her.
Thank you. Even though Mr. Wilson claims that the $50,000 payout wasn't real income, the judge quickly recalculates his child support obligation based on the facts presented. According to Texas law, any financial gain, including bonuses or large distributions, counts toward child support calculations. Taking into account his $72,000 annual attorney salary, the judge determines that Mr. Wilson's new monthly payment should be music $2,233, which also includes health insurance reimbursements. This decision conveys a powerful message. At this point, it is evident that Mr. Will Wilson's financial scheming has only backfired, strengthening the court's stern stance on parental responsibility. The court places a higher priority on the financial well-being of the children than on technical reasons or attempts to conceal income.
What the law says. Okay? So, adding your two net resources together, I have $8,289.96 reimbursement for the health insurance. Prior to adding the reimbursement, it comes out to $2,072.50. Reimbursement of $161 gets you to $2,233.50 because your income did increase from the time that you all got a divorce.
Can I say something?
Can you ask me the question without wasting my time? Can you do that?
I saw on her Instagram that she goes on a lot of trips. I just think this extra
That-
money is
no.
gonna go to these trips. I really don't think it's gonna go to
Look,
anything
wait.
related.
That is not true.
Excuse me.
That is not true.
Excuse me.
You need to stop it.
Excuse me.
I can
Both
show
of
you
you
the
need to
Instagram.
stop it. Both
It's
of you need
Instagram,
to
it's
stop
fake.
it. Excuse me. When I talk, the two of you be quiet. Now I see why y'all got a divorce. Y'all cannot get along.
No, we
But
got a
listen
divorce
to
'cause
this.
he cheated.
No, let me tell you about
cheated.
this. I don't care if he cheated. I do not care about her Instagram. All I care about is the money that you've made to make sure that your children are taken care of according to the documents that your CPA produced. Your income went up, therefore your children are entitled to an increase. So final child support amount $2,233.50. Is there anything further from either of you?
No, ma'am, that'd be great.
Thank you. Anything further, Mr. Wilson?
I guess not, Your Honor.
Well, I guess you all are dismissed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Disappointed with the decision, Mr. Wilson makes one final attempt to argue that Miss Wilson lavishly spends money on vacations rather than their kids. But the judge doesn't have it and quickly cuts him off, reminding him that this case is about his financial responsibility and not Miss Wilson's spending patterns. The court stays steadfast in her determination to ensure that the children receive the assistance to which they are lawfully entitled, emphasizing that Mr. Wilson's $50,000 disbursement directly contributes to his new support obligation. As the case concludes, Judge Vanderby takes a moment to clarify a crucial legal principle. Under Texas law, child support isn't just based on salary. It also includes distributions, bonuses, and other financial gains, even if those funds are used for other purposes like tax payments. Her straightforward approach highlights a crucial point when it comes to child support. The court will always prioritize the needs of the children over the parents' personal grievances. This case serves as a stark reminder that courts take financial transparency seriously and will unearth hidden income if necessary. Regardless of how heated parental disputes get, the legal system stays focused on one goal: making sure that children receive the financial support they deserve. With that, the courtroom battle comes to a decisive end. Mr. Wilson's $50,000 payout was a major factor in his new chart child support obligation, whether he liked it or not.